Small business tip for beginners, for those people that are looking to buy a business or start a business, as someone who's bought and sold multiple companies, created multiple startups, and helped hundreds of people buy a business. Here's like some of the key tips that you need to understand. The first thing you really need to understand is, how do you acquire customers? So if you're a startup or buying an existing business, you need to understand how customers are acquired. Is it digital? Is it referral? Is it word of mouth? You need to understand what they do well and what they don't do well. You need to then understand how we service those customers. What are the different ways? This is more when it gets into your operation. So what's our operational processes? Do we have any documented systems? Are we using any technology or software? How are we servicing those customers? And then ultimately, how do we get paid? And sometimes that's immediate, sometimes that's with deposits up front, sometimes that's payments over time. But with each business, that's different. And you need to understand the differences in the industries and what should be, what shouldn't be, what's normal, what's not normal. All that takes is understanding what those customers do and then how that gets paid. The second thing is, you need to understand the numbers. And I know a lot of people get shied away from this. I've taught a lot of different students that did not have a financial background or didn't have an accounting background. You don't need to have that, but you need to understand the basics. You need to understand revenue. You need to understand sales, which is revenue. You need to understand how operational expenses, or the cost of the goods sold, which is the cost of the material. So if I buy a tire and sell the tire, the revenue I made from the tire is sales. The cost of the tire is the material, which is cost of goods sold. And the labor to go sell it is my labor expense. Really basic, right? So don't overthink this, but understand revenue, the cost of goods sold and expenses, and then ultimately profit. Profit needs to be understood really well so you can understand profit margin, okay? So that's the second thing, the financials. The third thing is people. You have to understand people. What is the necessary amount of people? The operational structure. Do you need managers? Do you need supervisors? Do you need a sales staff? Do you need estimators? Do you need people in the field? Do you need people supervising those field? Do you need an admin? Do you need anybody else, bookkeepers? You need to understand, in each business, when you're starting it up, you're going to probably start with very little. You're going to be doing a lot of things. As your business grows, you should be thinking about the people you need to add to create the right systems and people and processes so that you're not doing everything. And especially when you go buy a business, operational structure is one thing I look for. Now, I'm okay if I need to add a few people, but you've got to make sure that you take that out of the future state profit. So when you're looking at profit and you think, this is probably understaffed by 2 people, here's the 2 people I need, here's the average salaries of those 2 people, I need to think about, well, what would profit be next year? Make sure those numbers work. So those are really like the top 3 things that I think that I would want to know and understand about any business before I start one or buy one.